Good evening and welcome to Spartan Field in Connersville, Indiana. This game is brought to you by Wilson Lawson Myers and Auto Owners Insurance, and this pregame show is brought to you by Union Savings and Loan, Connersville's hometown bank since 1892. I'm Caden Mapes, and with me is Brant Likens. Brant, the Spartans are back in action tonight after a great game last Friday against Greensburg at Greensburg. What are going to be the keys tonight to get a win tonight?
You know, I think some of the keys tonight are just going to be being stable and consistent on defense. You know, we saw even when they won against Richmond in the first game, towards the end, their defense kind of slacked off a little bit in the second half. And with Franklin County, the defense wasn't there. But seeing last week the victory against Greensburg, I think that they're going to carry the defensive position towards this week.
Yeah, and like you said, the first game of the season against Richmond, we had that huge lead going into halftime. Then Richmond came out just swinging as hard as they could, and they fought back, and ultimately they had a chance to win that game. Richmond did, but the defense got the stop at the end. So Spartans have to keep that mentality going forward of you can't give up no matter how big of a lead you have. This is a South Dearborn team that is probably very, very talented. They always are. They have been in years past, and Spartans always typically struggle against them. So this is a team you're probably not going to get a huge lead on, so we probably don't have to worry about that as much tonight. But Spartans just got to keep that mentality of keep that foot on the pedal and keep going as hard as you can. But South Dearborn coming into this game, what are they looking like, Brant?
So South Dearborn, they are 2-1. Last week they fell to Batesville, who is 3-0. Very good team, so not a huge surprise there.
Yeah, Batesville is looking very tough this year. That will be the Spartans' I believe last game of the regular season. I think that'll be played it'll be played in Batesville this year. So that's going to be a tough game for the Spartans, but they are looking very talented. So it'll be interesting. I'll be interested to see when Batesville and East Central play. With Batesville having a very up year and South Dearborn East Central having a very down year and Batesville having a very up year. It'd be interesting to see how that game pans out. It seems like maybe a team could give East Central a run for their money this year. But, yeah, so South Dearborn comes in this game, like you said, 2-1, lost to Batesville last week. All of South Dearborn's games have been very close. They've kept every game close. So this is not a team that, even though they've lost a game, you do not want to, just push them aside. The South Dearborn team is very talented. They have players like of Connor Huff tonight. What do we know about him?
Well, Connor Huff, their quarterback, very good. He's a senior. He's very good at his position, and this team likes to throw the ball, as we've seen in previous games this year and even in years past. So
yeah, years past, they are very heavy on the pass play. That's not something the Spartans see a lot of. But last week I commentated that game. Greensburg liked to throw the ball. The Spartans actually had relatively decent coverage for most of the game, I believe. At the end of the second quarter, Greensburg had the ball very deep into their own territory, but they were able to get like 2 or 3 very quick and consecutive 20, 30-yard plays. So Spartans have to limit those big plays on South Dearborn tonight. Otherwise, they'll be able to punish those. To punish the Spartans. But what have we been seeing from the offensive line from the Spartans so far this year?
They've been pretty good. They've been able to, especially last game, they've been able to open up the lanes for the running backs. That I would argue that was the biggest part of the game last week is they were able to run the ball and they were able to score, and it was very effective.
Right, we have very talented running backs, but a lot of that is the line opening up the lanes, allowing our running backs to get through. We have Parker Flanagan, who's averaging 85 rushing yards per game. You have Micah averaging 91 yards per game. And from last year to this year, what did we see from Micah last year that's like different this year? He hasn't had as much of a workload, has he?
No, and I think there's been more people on the team that have kind of stepped up to fill in roles that, seniors graduating and just people who maybe aren't playing the sport. And
I think we're going to pause for the national anthem. back here at Spartan Field for the pregame show, brought to you by Union Savings and Loan, Carnersville's hometown bank. And like you said, Brant, Micah not having as much of a workload this year.
Yeah, we've seen people like Brody Shear, who hasn't played in previous years. This is his first year on the high school team. He's averaging 27.7 receiving yards a game, which obviously is numbers that will make a difference in the game. Also, Parker Flanagan averaging 85.3 rushing yards per game, so even a bigger load off of his shoulders.
Right, and Micah last year, I mean, he played everything. He played running back, wide receiver on the pass plays. He did some blocking for as a running back whenever we did our pass plays, although we didn't do him very much. He played corner on the defensive side of the ball. He did pretty much all of it for the Spartans. This year you have more experienced players coming through, so you have, like you said, Parker Flanagan. He's really stepping up. Had an amazing week last week against Greensburg. I think he rushed in for about 3 touchdowns, and he scored the first 2 touchdowns for the Spartans. I think they ended up scoring in the first 3 plays. The Spartans scored in the first play of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And it got called back on a flag. One play later, I think we got a 7-yard gain or something like that. And the next play, like I said earlier, that line doing an amazing job opening up a lane for Parker, and he just ran it in for like a 30-yard run for a touchdown. So you'd love to see more of that tonight. But Parker, he's looking very, very good this year. So what can you tell me about that Connersville run game?
So the Connersville run game, mainly composed of Micah and Parker. They're both very fast, both very good at maneuvering through the defense and finding ways to get through and to get gains that the Spartans need to, help them win games. So I think they provide a very good aspect to that.
Right, and so Parker, he's more of the type to run up the middle, and whenever they dish the ball out wide, that's more of Micah's style of play. So you probably will see Micah get some outside runs tonight. We don't know how well South Dearborn collapses on the running backs, so we'll have to look out for that tonight.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see, and it looks like the Spartans will be receiving the ball, and it looks like we got Micah and Micah Buchanan, number 4, and I believe Kingston O'Toole, number 24, in the backfield for the Spartans, getting ready to receive. Yeah, I think we're about to kick off. And we're off. Bit of a short kick. That's going to be returned by number 8, Eric Fox, and he's brought down quickly by number 34 for the Knights. I believe that's
Chase
Tyler.
Williams.
Yeah. Tyler Golden for the Knights. So the Spartans will be spotted at around the 37-yard line to start out this game. So it'll be interesting to see how much the Spartans do the pass play tonight, Brant.
Yeah, and I think it'll be good to see how well our quarterback Rylan Keene does. Throughout the first few games, he's been very solid, very stable, and he's been able to scramble well from the opposing defense.
Yeah, it looks like Spartans go straight up the middle, first play of the game. Picks up about 2 yards there. Actually, they're going to spot him right just a little bit ahead of where he was. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 9, only a 1-yard gain. I believe that was Micah on the carry. So it'll be interesting to see how well this South Dearborn defensive line, I assume, be much better than last week's Greensburg. The ball is dished out to Buchanan, and he's going to be brought down quickly. And like I anticipated, he got that outside run there. That's something we saw a lot last week from them. So it'll be interesting to see how much more they do that tonight. But that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Spartans. He got a gain of about, I believe, just another 2 yards. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Spartans. South Dearborn looking to get a quick and early 4 and out. And it looks like Keene got 2 running backs on either side of him. Pass play, and that's going to be caught. That's caught by number 8, Eric Fox, that's his first reception of the game. And the first pass play, there we go. Spartans not being shy to do that. And that's going to be a first down for the Spartans as they are marked on the 46-yard line. We need more of those pass plays, Grant.
And I think that will be, considering last week running the ball so much, maybe if, the running game isn't working as you saw in those previous 2 plays, maybe looking for an open receiver.
And it looks like Mike is in the backfield. It's going to be tossed off to him. Going to dish off to the left. He's brought, and Spartans have broken into Knight territory.
It was a great gain.
Looks like about a gain of about 5. That's going to bring up 2nd and 5. So far we're looking at smaller plays, but as long as the Spartans can hold on to the ball, run down the clock and capitalize on their small plays and break it down the field into touchdowns, I think that will be key for the Spartans tonight. That's ran up the middle, and the Knights quickly collapse onto that.
Yeah, I think if the Spartans are patient and take their time, carefully considering everything that they're doing, they'll really be, it might take some time, but slowly but surely chip away at the Knights defense.
Right, and that was number 5, Braden Keller with the carry. You see a lot of variation in the Spartans running back. It's very deep. You have Flanagan, Buchanan, Keller, Coons gets some sometimes, and Keen's going to go for another pass play. He's going to scramble and take it himself,
just like we talked about.
And some good moves by Keen there. That's going to be enough for a Spartan first down.
And that's an example of what we've seen him doing, throughout these first few games, and we hope to see it more tonight.
Right, and he's only a sophomore, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
He is, yeah.
So Spartans have him for another 2 years. He's going to be a very good talent coming up in the next few years for the Spartans. So Spartans are not at worry at all for the quarterback position.
Yeah, it'll be great to see how he develops over the next couple years.
Ball is snapped and dished off. That's number 22. He gets a few yards. That's Parker Flanagan. We saw a breakout game from him last week.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, 3 touchdowns. He had an amazing game, partly in thanks to the offensive line for the Spartans. But, he's extremely fast, very shifty, and he gets a lot of yards after contact.
Yeah, and he's been solid over the course of last year and the previous 2 games other than last week. But, obviously last week was, I feel like, his best game so far this year.
Right, and, he's only a sophomore. Even last year, as a freshman, he came up and made an immediate impact.
Nope.
And
they lost it.
I believe that was that a fumble recovery? Did we lose it?
I'm not sure.
Be tough to see there. And looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. We'll also take a timeout, and we'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Searching for a loan, a line of credit, or just a safe place for your money? Union Savings and Loan has you covered with great loan and deposit rates, local loan approvals, and the friendliest service in town. Even when you're on the go, you can transfer money or make payments with ease with USLA's mobile banking app. For 130 years, we have taken pride in being your hometown bank. Union Savings and Loan, the bank that begins with you. Visit uslabank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Spartan Field, this game is brought to you by Wilson Lawson Myers and Auto Owners Insurance. Brant, what have we been seeing so far this game?
So far the Spartans, they've been taking their time. They've been very patient, not trying to go for the big plays. It's almost been 5 minutes, and they've made great progress. Like I said earlier, it might take some time, but look how close we are to the end zone now.
Right, Spartans halfway through South Dearborn territory. Not very many big plays, but the plays we have had have chipped away at that South Dearborn defense. And it looks like Spartans are going up the middle heavy this game, really relying on their offensive line to create lanes and push them forward. And I think the Spartans got a first down there,
yep.
So I believe Keene just took that. And he's going to come off the field. Might be having trouble with his helmet. Tough to tell what's going on. It looks like Keene's going to come off the field. So you can expect a run play on this next possession. But, Keene last week, we saw him do a quarterback sneak, and he picked up 20 yards off a quarterback sneak. Somehow he just plowed his way through that Greensburg Pirate defense, and it was quite an unbelievable play. I can't lie.
Yeah.
And I think he ultimately picked up a touchdown off of it.
See what Isaac Shipley does here. Oh,
And he was brought down quickly. So like I expected coming into this game, the South Dearborn Knights, very strong, physical team. They're looking to plow their way through the Spartan offensive line to start out this game. So far, not too bad from either side, really. South Dearborn isn't giving up very many big plays, but Spartans are also capitalizing on the opportunities that they have.
Yep.
Ball snapped, and that's going to be a pass play, and it's knocked down quickly. That's by number 26 for the Knights, Caden Thompson.
See, it's plays like this, you've had a couple bad ones. It hasn't looked great these last couple plays, but you got to keep your head up. You got to keep pushing through, and at least, get close enough to where you can get a field goal.
Right, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 12 for the Spartans. So Spartans need a big play here. It's a big stop by the Knights right there. So the Spartans haven't been able to get, I don't believe they've gotten more than a 12-yard gain so far this game. So it'll be interesting to see what the Spartans do on this play here. And it looks like the Knights jumped. I believe that was intentional. We've been seeing a lot of that in previous games. I think Lynch is very keen on getting his boys to try and have the Knights jump. We saw the Spartans do it a couple to multiple times last week.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring the Spartans 5 yards closer to a first down to bring up 3rd and 7. Place the ball on the 23-yard line.
Yeah, and you never want to let the other defense know what you're doing. You always want to keep them on their feet and catch them when they're least expecting it.
And that is going to be incomplete. Just a miscue as number 4, Mike Buchanan, was hit hard. He was nowhere near the ball.
No, maybe just a lack of communication there.
Right, and he was under pressure. A corner was blitzing. So Spartans are going to have to recognize that, because if they can't stop that blitz from the corner there, Keene could have gotten laid out because he wasn't even facing that way. So Spartans have to watch the blitz from the Knights tonight. It's a very blitz-heavy defense. It looks like the Spartans are going to go for it on 4th and 7. The ball snapped, and it's going to be a pass play. And Keene's going to take it himself, and he's going to get the first down, I believe. So the South Dearborn Knights coaches not looking happy about that play.
It was a great play right there.
Yeah, great scramble by Keene there. Good recognition that he had nobody downfield. It was good coverage by the Knights, so he had to take it himself. He took the initiative, and he picked up a few yards. It looks like
great
we have
self-awareness.
a South Dearborn Knight on the sideline. It's her, so we'll keep it here, but looks like Tori's just checking him out right now. But Spartans, good start so far, showing some adversity, getting a first down conversion off of 4th and 7. So Spartans doing very well so far. We need to see more of this in this game, Brant.
Yeah, and just like we talked about, they had a couple bad plays, It didn't go well, lost some yards. But through that, they were able to get a first down. They kept their head up, and they pushed through.
Right, and like you said, it's not all about the big plays. Probably won't see many big plays tonight. This is a very disciplined South Dearborn defense, so they're not going to give up a bunch of huge plays. If they're going to give up any, it's going to be a bunch of small plays. Ball snapped and tossed off to Flanagan, I believe, and he's met quickly, but I think he'll pick up a couple of yards there as Buchanan checks back into the game. That's going to bring up 2nd down. He picked up 2 yards there. South Dearborn still yet to touch the ball in this game, Brant.
Yeah, and I think obviously that's going to be a key factor in this. We've ran through half the quarter, and we've had the ball the whole time. We haven't given it up. We haven't been had any turnovers, and we've just been patient.
I mean, they can't score if they don't have the ball. So
yeah,
the Spartans are disciplined on the offensive side of the ball and limit their turnovers, and as well as make small gains going down the field, the Knights can't really get a huge lead.
I think we'll see. We'll have to see how it goes whenever the positions are switched. And I think the defense for us is going to be the biggest factor tonight in how we handle their offense.
Right, we could see a low-scoring game tonight. And we got Keene in the backfield. He has Buchanan and I believe Keller beside him, and that pass play is incomplete.
Just a little out of reach.
I believe that's going to bring up 4th down for the Spartans, and they're going to be forced to go for it here. So 4th down and 6. Spartans converted earlier on a 4th down and 7, so we'll see if they can do it again here. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. So Spartans taking their time in the huddle, making sure they've looked over everything. Spartans have to execute here. It'd be amazing if the Spartans could shift the momentum towards them to start out this first quarter.
Yeah, especially early in the game, it's going to play a key factor into the mindset of the other team throughout.
So it looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field called, and we'll also take a quick timeout, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency is dedicated to protecting you and your family at a price you can afford. Wilson Lawson Myers are licensed insurance professionals striving to be your agency of choice. Wilson Lawson Myers is an independent agency representing numerous companies for all your needs. Finding the right insurance begins with finding the right agency. That is Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency at 521 Central Avenue in Connorsville. Phone 825-5111.
Back here at Spartan Field, this game is brought to you by Wilson Lawson Myers and Auto Owners Insurance. And Brant, it's still looking tight so far. Spartans haven't even given the ball to the Knights so far this game.
Yeah, and that's great, you know. We don't want to rush things. We want to take our time and execute everything properly, especially we know how South Dearborn's offense is. They like to throw the ball, and so although the Spartans were able to defend against that well last week, it may not be the same.
Right, because I'm sure we're going to see, Greensburg, they're a very athletic team, but they don't win quite a lot. They haven't won, and I believe they went 0-10 last year, and they've yet to win this season. And Buchanan is going to be right there along the line, and it's going to be really tight. They might have to bring out the chain gang for this. Yeah, I believe they're going to bring it out. Yeah, they're going to bring it out and measure it. That's extremely tight there. As you can see, Buchanan just runs into the back of his own defender, and he's brought down. Actually, he actually gained about a yard off the tackle by number 26 for the Knights. So
yeah, we like to see the Spartans really trying to push forward on a 4th down, just like how they did last time. It was a great opportunity to potentially score right here.
And it's going to be not enough. Wow. Spartans were inches away from gaining a 1st down there, so a bit of a heartbreak for the Spartans, but, that's a good offensive outing to start out this game.
Yeah, it's just because you didn't score doesn't mean it's a failure. It's an opportunity to really show what you're made of throughout the rest of the game.
So the Knights will take over for the first time this game off a 4th down failed conversion from the Spartans. Just under 5 minutes remaining in this game, so we'll see what the Knights are able to do so far with what they have remaining in this quarter. Looks like it's going to be a bit of confusion on the ref's part here. I think he's directing where chains need to be moved. All right, the play is resumed. So the ball is going to be snapped, and that's going to be handed off. And he is met quickly. That's a good tackle right there. I believe that tackle was made by number 38 for the Spartans. That's Brody Shearer. We've seen a lot of him so far this year on the receiving side of the ball.
Yeah, and it's been great that he's been able to not only be a reliable receiver, but also consistent on the defensive side, providing another stable source for the Spartans.
All right, and you got, I believe that's number 11, Connor Huff, as quarterback for the Knights as we expected. And their running back is brought down quickly again. So a quick pair of good tackling from the Spartans there so far. So interesting plays to see the Knights run up the middle both plays.
Yeah, I don't think it'll take long for them to start throwing the ball, especially after the quick tackles that we had right there.
Right, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 10, or third and 5. The ball is handed off again. Actually, it's tossed off. That's going to be a first down for the Knights as he is brought down quickly. That's number 3, Brady Bauer. Last year, he was the leading scorer for the Knights. He had 8 total touchdowns last year, so he's going to be one to watch tonight. He's a junior, coming into this game. 6'2", 195. The junior, so he's going to be one to watch out for.
Yeah, I think he might, other than Carson Cheek, the running back, and Connor Huff, the quarterback, I think he's probably the player they have to be most worried about.
Ball is handed off again, and he breaks free. Picks up another first down quickly. That's number 25, Carson Cheek, the 5'8" running back senior. So Spartans got to be aware that the Knights have a deep running back field, just like the Spartans do.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see that, even though the Knights may prefer to throw the ball more often than not, I think they're going to try to take advantage of the defensive line with the running game.
And that's going to be a Cheek again with the carry. He picks up, I believe, about 5 to 6 yards there. So, contrary to what we said earlier, the South Dearborn Knights are going predominantly run-heavy with this offense so far.
Yeah, they may just try to keep doing that until it stops working, not try to give up anything from throwing the ball and just keep trying to push to the defensive line.
And the ball snapped. It's going to be handed off again. And that's going to bring up another first down for the Knights. So the Knights making very good progress down the field. Spartans got to find a way as quickly as they can to hopefully stop this rapid South Dearborn offense, because they're progressing down the field quite fast as they have broken into Spartan territory. They are on the 44-yard line.
Yeah, no hesitation from the Knights offense here. They're really looking to attack.
Motion by number 5, Colton McClure. And this is going to be the first big pass play, and he's going to scramble.
Wide open.
And he's brought down by number 5 for the Spartans. That's Braden Keller, and there's going to be a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is right here. And that's going to be on an illegal block in the back, I believe, on the Knights.
Yes.
So that'll push the Knights back. I believe that's 10 yards. Yeah, so 10 yards from the start of the foul.
Nice little break here for the Spartans. They haven't really been able to get much going, so on the defensive end, so maybe momentum shift here as they get the penalty.
Right, so the Knights will be placed on the 42-yard line. It's going to be a replay of the first down for the Knights. Like you said, a bit of a break there for the Spartans. They needed that. Ball snapped and handed off the Cheek again. And he is brought down quickly by Buchanan.
That was a good stop there.
Number 25 for the Knights. He's not very tall.
Nope.
He's only 5'8", but he's a pretty big guy, so he's able to bring a lot of hole for the Knights. So Spartans got to be aware of that and make sure they're tackling as well as they can, because he's gonna be hard to bring down.
Even though they gained a lot of yardage there, it was good on Micah to prevent him from scoring in the end zone. So
Ball snap. That's going to be long, and that's great coverage by Buchanan there. It was actually a great throw by the quarterback, number 11, Connor Huff. That was a great throw from him.
You know, great defense right there. As we saw last week, Greensburg, they had a few good plays, a few long plays, got right up to the end zone, and the Spartans were able to get a stop. So we're hoping to see that again right here.
Right, and that was a beautiful coverage by the Spartans right there. Actually, double coverage on the receiver. Huff didn't seem fazed by it, and he trusted his receiver, but Buchanan came reaching across for a diving block there. So that's a huge play. And that's going to be a run by ball is out. And I believe he was down, though.
Yeah.
So number 3, Brady Ballard.
Good stop there, though, by the Spartans.
So clock is running low, about 38 seconds remaining in this game, or in this quarter, excuse me. And Connor Huff checks back on for the Knights. So he has a bit of an arm on him from what we saw from that play that was blocked by Micah. But thankfully, that was actually a great throw right into the arms of the receiver, but Micah just came across for a reaching dive. And Huff breaks free, and he is brought down. That's going to be enough for his first down for the Knights. So Huff takes a hard hit there.
Yeah, we've seen him throw the ball. Obviously, he's got an arm, but we've seen in 2 plays that he's not afraid to run if he sees an opportunity. So,
right, and that's he has great vision on the field. So he recognized that he didn't have anybody downfield, so he just took it himself, picked up the first down, and got into the red zone for the Knights. And the ball's on the 1-yard line, so I believe they're just going to run this out until the first quarter. So that's it for the first quarter. Remains scoreless, but the Knights are knocking on the door of the Spartans. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Have you ever dreamed of building your dream home but thought it was too expensive? The expert builders at Fortified Buildings LLC has a solution for you. Fortified Buildings specializes in building high-quality barndominiums that have a unique style and are also very energy efficient, saving you money on heating and cooling your home. Call the experts at Fortified Buildings LLC at 303-563-9374 to start planning your dream home today.
Back here at Spartan Field for this game brought to you by Wilson Lawson Myers and Auto Owners Insurance. And like I said, Brant, Knights knocking on the doorstep of the Spartans.
Yeah, we saw the beginning of the game. Spartans had a great offensive run. Obviously unable to score, but still a positive outcome for them. And, the Knights have kind of chipped away at the Spartans defense, but we've seen a few good stops, a few good plays here, so we hope to see them really lock it down this quarter.
Right, and like I expected, number 11, Connor Huff, and number 25, Carson Sheik, is the heart of this Knight offense. So Spartans are going to have to find a way to shut them 2 down. Like I was saying earlier, Huff has very good field vision. He knows whenever he's got the ability to, ultimately make a pass play or scramble. And he's pretty fast, and he's big too. He's 6'1", 155, so he's going to be tough to bring down as well. He's also very fast, so the Spartans have to make sure that they're maintaining him and not missing any tackles on number 25, Carson Sheik, because he's going to be very hard to bring down too. So hopefully the Spartans can get a miracle stop here. The Knights are on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, I think it'll be good to see how they respond to the pressure from the offense and how they can try to shift the momentum on the next possession.
And the Spartans are just on the field right now, waiting to take the field as the Spartans have got a $5,000 grant from T-Mobile for the 5G Friday Night Lights competition. So the Spartans have entered into the last 50 schools in the running all around the nation for the Spartans. If you want to make a difference, you make a post on Instagram, tag T-Mobile, and tag 5G, hashtag 5G lights. So Spartans are looking to, and ultimately if you win this, you get a $2 million, I believe, $2 million football stadium makeover. So that would be good for the Spartans. So if you want to make a difference, make a post on Instagram, tag T-Mobile, and use the hashtag. So far the Spartans have won $5,000, and they're looking to win more. And the crowd is filled here tonight, Brant.
Yeah, and it's good to see a good outcome with the crowd. Even the cheer block is looking pretty good tonight. People are excited to watch the games. So,
right, and especially coming off a huge win last week, 47-7. Spartan fans got to be excited. So
yeah, and I think that the fans really do make a difference in the games. The energy that they bring, I feel like, helps the team play better. When they're doing good, I feel like the fans are always behind them and have their back.
Right, and all the Connersville sports rally around the fans, and looks like we're about to get back underway here. South Dearborn on the 1 yard line. We'll see what the Knights can do here at the start of the second quarter. Ball's going to be handed off, and that's going to be a touchdown for number 25. That's Carson Cheek. Like I said, he's going to be a difference maker tonight.
Yeah, and he may not be the tallest, he may not be the biggest, but he sure able is to push the defense and find a way to get through.
Right, and that was number 11, Connor Huff with a handoff. And it looks like they're going to be going for a PAT here. Ball is snapped, placed down, and the kick is going to be good. So, good execution from the Knights there. Brant, what did we see from the Knights in that quick succession of possessions there?
They ran the ball for the most part, which is not exactly what we expected from them. We expected more of a throwing game, but if it works for them, it works for them, and that's how they were able to capitalize on the defense.
Right, and this is a very versatile South Dearborn offense, so Spartans are going to have to be aware of that. You can't cheat, and because if you cheat on them, they're going to make sure they're going to punish you for it.
Yeah, they're not going to give you any breaks.
Right. So this is a very talented South Dearborn team. Like I said earlier, 2-1 coming into this game. So Spartans have to be aware of that. This is going to be a tough game for them. But it's still close, only the start of the second quarter, and it's been a very fairly low-scoring game so far as the Knights lead 7-0. Compared to last week, I believe the Spartans scored over 20 points in the first quarter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it looks like it's going to be kicked off by the Knights here. And it's going to be Buchanan and O'Toole again to receive for the Spartans. And it's going to be kicked off by number 12, Tatum Barker.
Oh, no.
All right, Spartans recover it. So, good field positioning to start this possession for the Spartans.
We saw off the initial kick, off the initial bounce, hit off a player's hand, but nice way to quickly recover it before the Knights could, try and take possession of the ball.
And the ball's going to be placed on the 44-yard line. So Keene and the Spartans will take back onto the field to look to counterattack that quick touchdown by the Knights there. Got Buchanan in the backfield. And he is broken free. So Keene's going to take it himself. He's going to run out wide. He's going to take a heavy hit, and he gets up quickly. That tackle was made by number 24, Dylan Leffler, and he just came flying in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, just like the opposing quarterback, Connor Huff, I feel like we're seeing some similar things from him and Rylan, Both have been able to run the ball well. Rylan has done this a few times this game, so it's great to see that he's reliable in that aspect.
Right, and both quarterbacks for both sides have the ability to scramble. Mm-hmm. Both of them have showed that so far this game, so that's going to be a trouble for both defenses. Yeah. Ball's going to be handed off to Buchanan. He's brought down quickly by number 8, Mason Lane. Yeah, that's probably going to be about a loss.
Right on.
He's brought down right at the line of scrimmage, so no loss there. And number 23 for the Spartans checks into the game, Landon Moore. The Spartans on the 46-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 10 with just under 11 minutes remaining in this half of play. Knights lead 7-0. Ball's handed off to Buchanan again. He breaks through a lane, but he's brought down quickly. And the ball came loose, but I believe he was down.
Yeah, we saw him kind of get through the defense, but, it took almost no time at all for the Knights to react. So we're going to have to be more aware of that.
Right, and that's the difference between, the level of play of the Spartans, the teams they play against. It's very one extreme to the other. Last week with Greensburg, we saw once the running backs got through that lane, they were pretty much broken free, but with, this South Dearborn team, they're able to collapse very quickly, even if that line creates a gap and allows them to get through. The ones in the backfield are able to collapse very quickly, very disciplined.
And
the ball is
fumbling.
Yeah, it's going to be a fumble, and the Knights recover right on the 50-yard line. So that's going to be a fumble recovery for the Knights. Number 29, Griffin Davis, a senior. So the Knights will take back over off a unfortunate turnover from the Spartans. And that's just the things from a coach's standpoint that are really going to frustrate you.
Yeah. Not a great way to come back after allowing a touchdown. But, at this point, it may be easy to put your head down and kind of be upset. But you just have to know that the game's not even close to being over and that this one play may not affect the outcome of the rest of the game.
The ball is snapped, and that's handed off to a new running back, number 36. Bit of explosiveness from him. Ronnie Armagh, senior fullback. He seemed very explosive, so Spartans got to watch for him too.
Yeah, I think pretty much anyone on the offensive side of the Knights, the Spartans, are going to have to be aware of. I feel like if someone's out, someone else on the Knights is going to fill that role and capitalize.
Right, they have that next man up mentality. Ball's handed off again to him again. And he's going to pick up another few yards.
Another first down.
He tackled around, I believe, the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 4, I believe. Or a first down, excuse me. Yeah, you were right. So just 9 minutes remaining in this second quarter. We haven't seen many big plays from the Knights so far, but like you said, they're just chipping away at the Spartan defense, and it's been seeming to work so far.
And I don't think, they haven't really needed to have any big plays with how they've been able to consistently get through the defense.
Right, you don't need big plays to win a game. It's just, these small 4-5-yard runs that they can keep consistently getting. That allows them to keep getting first downs, and it keeps the clock running, so it takes time out of the Spartans to be able to fight back and score a touchdown. So, like I said, very low-scoring game to start out so far. And he's going to be brought down for a first down.
Jake carrying that one.
Yeah. That's number 25, Carson Cheek again. So, he's had plenty of rushing yards so far to start out this game. So he has both 36, Ronnie Armagh, and 25, Carson Cheek in. And he's going to break free and might be in just short. He was not able to get in, so he's going to be brought down around the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and like we just said, Carson Cheek didn't take that one, so another man did. So it's kind of, not a good place for the Spartans to have to worry about the other, almost all offensive players on their side of the field.
And so the South Dearborn Knights with another touchdown. So they will take the lead 13-0 as they're going to bring on their special teams to try to potentially make this a 14-point lead. So Spartans got to find a way to claw back into this game as the Knights take a 13-0 lead.
Yeah, and obviously that turnover in the midfield did have an effect on the Spartans, but after a play like that, you just have to try find a way to bounce back in any way that you can.
And that was a great kick from the Knights there. So that's going to extend the lead for the Knights 14-0. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Connorsville Spartan football on TV3. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisor for your investment needs by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Back here at Spartan Field for this game brought to you by Wilson Lawson Myers and Auto Owners Insurance. Another touchdown by the Knights there, so they would raise the lead to 14-0. So 7:35 remaining in this second quarter. Spartans hoping to get back on get on this scoreboard, so they've yet to do so this game. What do we need to see out of the Spartans so they can potentially do that?
Well, as we saw on the last run that the Knights just had, they got it because of an unforced error. So I think that limiting those is going to be a true key in giving yourself a chance to score and not just giving up the ball.
And the Knights going a bit aggressive here as they've done 2 onside kicks already to start out this game.
But good recovery from the Spartans, just like last time, so hoping to keep that up if we see it again.
So Spartans, like we said again, on the 45-yard line. Looks like they're having a lot of confidence in their defense to be able to stop the Spartans. Because they're giving them plenty of yards when they could be back around the 20, 30-yard line. They're allowing them to be on the 45-yard line. So, like I said, looks like the Knights have complete confidence in their defense to be able to stop the Spartans.
Yeah, and I think that if the Spartans attack in an offensive way how they did in the first run, then I think the Knights are going to regret having that much confidence in their defense.
And Micah tried to run out wide, and he was met quickly by the Knights. So blocking is going to be a big factor this game. The Spartans have to do a better job of blocking right there. Because we saw a lot of those plays last week, and the defense wasn't as good from the Pirates, so those type of plays were able to work. But with a team like the Knights, it's going to be a bit more difficult.
Yeah, and the running game hasn't done a whole lot for the Spartans tonight. I feel like we've seen more from the throwing game, so maybe looking to see more of that.
And that's going to be, I think he's brought down just at the line of scrimmage again. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Spartans. So Knights looking to force a quick and early 4 and out here. The ball is still on the 45-yard line. And it looks like Keene's going to check back in for the Spartans. It looks like just a bit of confusion. Spartans got to figure this out, find a way to get on the scoreboard and shift the tides of this game before the Knights are able to take an even bigger lead. So it looks like the Spartans are going to take a timeout. Coach Lynch wants to talk one over. We'll take a timeout as well, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
George's Pharmacy and Medical Equipment welcomes you to stop by our Connorsville location at 330 East 5th Street. George's is proud to offer you friendly hometown service and the convenience of delivery. Also, our medical equipment staff is there to help with whatever you need. George's Floral and Gifts has that special something for any occasion. George's, we are here for you. 765-825-6251.
Back here at Spartan Field as you see the Spartan cheerleaders cheering on the Spartans. Like I said, Spartans got to find a way to get on the scoreboard. The Knights taking a 14-0 lead. It's not like the defense has been horrible for the Spartans. They've only given up 14 points so far in this game. It could be a lot worse. The Spartans just have to find a way to score and fight back. Yeah, this is a very talented South Dearborn defense.
Even if that means just getting down the field in field goal range, putting yourself on the board to give your team an opportunity.
That's going to be a long throw, and Kingston, it looked like he was in
range.
He's almost there. He just didn't put his arms out.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be it was a good throw, obviously. Just
That's an
maybe
amazing throw.
lack of awareness on the receiving end.
I'm not sure if he just wasn't expecting it to break free that well, but he had 2 corners on him, but he was leaving them in the dust. He definitely had the potential to bring that ball in there. So, Spartans just got to be more aware there. You know, he was broken free. I think he could have had that.
Yeah, I think if he gets his hands on that ball, he's catching it and scoring a touchdown.
Right, and he's extremely fast. They're going to go for another pass play. That's brought in. So it's going to be another turnover on downs for the Spartans. So the Knights will take over. Once again, the Spartans fail here. Ball was thrown and caught.
Collision with his teammate.
So the Knights offense will come back onto the field. Spartans got to get a stop here, preventing a 3-score lead going into halftime.
Yeah, you know, the first quarter we kind of saw more of the long game. You know, we weren't seeing these quick, short spurts of offense and then switching sides. Each team only had 1 run. So maybe if we see more of that, more patience throughout the game, it'd be more beneficial.
And that looks like about a gain of about 7, I believe. Or excuse me, 5. So bring up 2nd and 5. Just at 5:30 remaining in this half. Knights looking to extend their lead. That ball is handed off, but he's met quickly. That was number 36, Ronnie Armah. So we've seen a lot of him so far this game.
Yeah, especially here in the second quarter.
Yeah, he wasn't a huge factor in last year, so he's getting some more reps. You know, the senior.
Yeah.
He's playing very well to start out this game.
You know, it goes back to what we were talking about, the next man up mentality. He's getting his opportunity. He's capitalizing here. And I'm sure he has throughout the other games this year.
And the Spartans bring him down quickly.
It's going to be a loss right there.
Number 3, Brady Ballard. And he was brought down hard by number 70 for the Spartans. That's Ian Renfro.
And good awareness there to see him and bring him down as soon as possible.
Yeah, and Ian's a big guy.
Yeah,
I mean, you know him in person. He's a big guy, and he is able to bring anybody down.
Yeah, and he's fast. You know, you wouldn't expect him to be as fast as he is for his size, but he can really move.
And a lot of the Spartan line jumps. So the Knights got what they wanted there. So it was 4th and 6, and it's going to bring up 4th and 1. So detrimental for the Spartans there. You know, you can't. That's something you just can't do.
Yeah, they really need to stop here. Especially, it'd be a nice momentum shift potentially for the offense. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, just under 4 minutes remaining in this game. And the ball's handed off, and they're going to get the first down. Yeah, first down and more. That's number 8, Mason Lane. That's the first carry we've seen out of him this game.
Yep.
So that's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line. Knights go quickly.
Wasting no time.
And he's brought down quickly. Good on the Spartans there. Is that Renfro again? I believe that was. Yes, it was. That was number 70, Ian Renfro again. So have yourself a game, Ian.
Yeah, you know, he's had a couple good stops here, and we just hope to continue to see that throughout the game.
And a lot of these guys on the line, the defensive line for the Spartans, they are very fast, actually.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a flag. It's going to be a false start, and that's going to be on the Knights. So that's going to be bringing them back about 5 yards, I believe. So it'll be a replay of 2nd down, I believe. And the ball's placed on the 32-yard line.
So nice little break for the Spartans, you know.
Yeah, but these are the things you have to capitalize on. You cannot allow them to convert to another first down here. You have them where you want them. Ball's handed off, and he's brought that quickly. And he'll pick up about maybe 5 yards. So Spartans got to get this stop here. Most likely the Knights are going to go for it anyways due to, you know, the time ticking down in this half. So you need 2 more stops here. And hopefully the Spartans can get the ball back quickly, make a couple big plays, and get down and score a touchdown to close down this lead. And it's going to be a pass play. And it's going to be caught, but it's going to be short of the first down, I believe. Yep. But he went out of bounds, so it's going to stop the clock at 2:15.
Good on preventing the receiver from getting any further than he already was. You know, it was a great pass, but hopefully getting a stop here.
It was a perfect spiral. Just brought in well, good coverage, or a good way to get good on O'Toole to get him out of bounds as soon as he caught that ball, not allowing him to turn around at all. So that's going to bring up 4th and 11. So Spartans need to get the stop here. It's going to be another pass play, and it's going to be false start against the Knights again. The Knights got to get it together on the offensive side with the flags.
Yeah, you know, we saw earlier in the game, obviously, they were able to record a first down due to penalty on the Spartans. So they've received a couple here, so we'll see how they're able to capitalize on the opportunity that the offense has given them.
Right, and Spartans they have the Knights where they want them. It's 4th and 15.
And the defense on this run has been good. They've been
I almost say
solid.
you play deep coverage on this because you can give up you can give up, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. You just don't want to give up a big play, and the ball is fumbled, actually. And he's going to go long, and he brings it in.
Oh, man.
What a catch. I believe that was number 10, Elliott Meek.
And, that's
just a heartbreaker for the Spartans.
But we talked about it in the first quarter, run until it doesn't work. So they obviously have the capability to throw the ball, especially with the quarterback they have. So unfortunate there for the Spartans.
Yeah, this is a stop that you have to get, and that's going to be handed off. And he's going to run it in for another South Dearborn touchdown. So the Spartans needed a stop there. They couldn't get it. And ultimately the South Dearborn Knights punished them. So they score again with 1:47 remaining in this half. And they're going to go for another PAT. Number 13, Tatum Barker. She's been excellent for the Knights so far, capitalizing on every PAT she's had. Ball snaps, high snap, and she brings it down and goes right through the uprights again. So the Knights take a 3-possession lead, and Spartans have 1:47 to work with in this half.
Spartans aren't going to receive the ball at the beginning of the third quarter, so, this team doesn't usually make the biggest plays. It's more, chip away until you get there. But at the time restraint here, it may just be the route that they have to take.
Right, Spartans are going to have to go for a big play here. And I would expect to see probably another onside kick from the Knights. But we'll see what they do here. And you have, I believe it's hard to tell who's in the backfield for the Spartans. Knights kick off, and they're gonna go long on this one. It's brought in by O'Toole, and he just runs out of bounds.
Yeah, no chance to really gain any yards there.
So Spartan offense will take back onto the field. They have 1:44 to get themselves on the scoreboard. Ultimately, that's all you really need going into the halftime. Even if it's just a field goal, you need something to put yourself on the scoreboard and let the other team know that you're still knocking on their door.
Yeah, and I think even just scoring a field goal gives your team a glimpse of hope. You know what I mean? So that it helps them not keep their head down. Keep their head up, and hopefully motivate them to keep pushing.
So ball is handed off, and he actually breaks free, but he's brought down quickly by number 34, Tyler Golden. Very rapid player there. And it looks like the Knights are going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout to close off this first half, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Whitewater Eye Center of Connorsville provides quality vision care for every member of your family. This includes routine eye care, treatment for eye diseases and injuries. Services that include glasses, frames for every budget, sunglasses, and contact lenses. Schedule an appointment today at 765-825-6000, located at 2045 Virginia Avenue. Complete vision care for every member of your family, yours at the Whitewater Eye Center, Connorsville, where your vision is our focus.
Back here at Spartan Field to close off the remaining of this first half. This game is brought to you by Wilson Lawson Myers and Auto Owners Insurance. Brand, the Knights take a 3-possession lead, 21-0 at the dying moments of this first half. Spartans looking to just get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly the first half that we would have anticipated. Especially from the start of the game, it looked great. The offense was good. The defense had some good stops. But scoreless in the first quarter, so...
He makes a pass play to Buchanan, and he picks up a huge gain. And he just absolutely bulldozed South Dearborn Knight there and stared him down.
Feeling good about that one.
Wow. We're going to replay on this here. He just puts his helmet down and lays into number 88 on the Knights and then stares him down. So, gotta pick a... That's quite hilarious, to be honest. Buchanan, that was the biggest play of the game for the Spartans, I believe.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the best, other than the incomplete long throw, that was the best passing play we've seen all game.
And it's going to be another pass play, and Buchanan's free again, and he brings it in, and he's met quickly by the Spartans, by the Knights.
Good gain. That's the best, baby.
That is exactly what the Spartans need.
What we need.
And the Spartans crowd getting hyped up about that. So I believe it was tipped off by the South Dearborn Knight there. Almost picked off, but, almost looks like a face mask there. But he's brought down hard by multiple different Knights. So, like I said, yards after contact.
Yep.
That's what Buchanan has been really good about this season so far.
Great way to push through the contact there, and like we said earlier, running game wasn't working, so maybe we'd see a little bit more of the throwing. The Knights may not anticipate that, especially since how much they've been running the ball this game, so maybe seeing more of that.
Right, and I don't know about you, but I like watching teams who pass the ball a lot. It's more opportunity for massive plays, and, it's risky, but it's exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And they're going to go for it again, and he's under pressure, but he gets the ball out to number 5 for the Spartans. That's number 5, Braden Keller.
Not a big gain there, though, but good on Ryland to get it off before, getting sacked.
Right, he was under pressure, so like you said, good on him. Get it out before you lose yards. So I believe they got it back to the yard of scrimmage. So the clock is still running, I believe. 45 seconds remaining in this half. Spartans looking, they're probably going to have to go deep here in a second.
Yeah, especially with time winding down.
And he's under pressure, and he's brought down hard by number 26, Caden Thompson. He's having a game, so the clock's going to stop at 25 seconds. You just have to have better blocking there. Quarterback's got to have awareness of, who's getting by, but I believe there's going to be timeout on the field, but we're going to keep it here and talk about this for a second. So Spartans going very heavy on the pass plays.
Yeah, and we've seen it work a few times even through this run. So obviously that one didn't work out well. The one before it wasn't great, but I think it's been more effective than the running game so far. And the only thing that really went wrong in the last 2 plays was the
blocking.
Really. Yeah. Got to protect your quarterback, and after that, I think it's pretty good.
Right. So the Spartans just have to make sure that they're blocking for Keene as well as they can. It's just a difficult situation, I know, because the South Dearborn Knights, they blitz heavy, and they're pretty big. Yeah, you don't typically see many high school teams play that risky, but they're very fast and athletic, so they're able to do that very well. So you just have to understand that they're going to be blitz heavy. You have to have blockers around your quarterback and give him the time to allow your receivers to get downfield and potentially make a big play. But I believe we're probably going to see another pass play here. Actually, it's handed off, and he's brought down extremely fast. And that's like what I was saying. that Knights line just collapses extremely fast.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get through that much at all tonight. So I don't know how much more of that we're going to see.
Hopefully Lynch has a game plan at halftime to hopefully help Spartans, but it looks like they're just going to run out this clock, so not even going to go for another not even going to go for another Hail Mary or something like that.
Yeah.
But we'll be back in 1 minute for the Hill-Fi Internet halftime show.
Looking for fast, reliable internet that keeps you connected without the headaches? Meet Hill-Fi Internet, your local solution for fast speeds and unbeatable service. With Hill-Fi, you'll experience seamless streaming and quick downloads. Plus, you never have to worry about your bill increasing. Your price is guaranteed for as long as you're a customer. Fayette County's fast, local, reliable choice. Hill-Fi Internet, where great service meets local care. Visit hillfi.com or call 692-3045.
Spirit is being excited to get to school. It's being in front of the camera in the longest-running high school TV station in the country. It's being able to earn an associate's degree before you graduate high school. Spirit is exploring the arts, learning practical life skills, and working with your team to win the game. But it's not only Spirit, it's Spartan Spirit.
Back here at Spartan Field for the Hill-Fi Internet halftime show, South Dearborn Knights have taken the lead. They've taken the initiative 21-0. So the Spartans are going to have to dig themselves out of the hole that they're in right now. So,
Yeah.
Brant, what have we seen so far in this game?
You know, in the first quarter, offense from the Spartans to start off the game was very good, you know. They were unable to score, of course, but they had a good run. You know, they got almost where they wanted to be. They were right there, just weren't able to push through. And then when the ball was switched to the other team, they were able to hold them off until the beginning of the second quarter. So after that, you know, some unforced errors and turnovers led to more touchdowns for the Knights. So hoping to lock down on that in the second half.
Right, and like you said, the Spartans were able to come out and actually take some initiative and ultimately, you know, show the Knights that they weren't just going to be able to, you know, do some quick 4 and outs and get the ball back as fast as they could from the Spartans. So the Spartans brought it to the Knights, but the Knights were able to actually get a stop in their own territory. So good on the Knights to do that. The Spartans came out. It was very good from them, just unable to capitalize on the plays that they had. Like you said, we didn't see very many big plays from the Spartans, other than towards the end there. We saw that big play from Buchanan at the end. So he's really stepped up. And what do you expect to see more out of him in the second half?
You know, I think they're going to take what happened in the second quarter and how they were able to get some good receptions. I think they're going to continue to try and do that because the running game up the middle hasn't been working. The running game wide hasn't been working. So I think that's what they're going to try to do.
Right, and like you said, that running game, the Knights are just able to collapse on the Spartans so fast. That line is massive for the Knights.
Yeah.
It really is the heart of their defense. They don't even need to have a great secondary in defending the receivers because they're able to get to Keene so fast and put him under pressure to make him, hopefully make him make, you know, stupid decisions, with which Keene actually has done a very good job at not, you know. I don't think we've seen any interceptions so far from him.
No, we haven't in
this game.
He's been able to handle the ball well under pressure, you know, get it off in certain times when necessary. So hopefully more of that in the second half.
Right, and we've seen that from him all season. Really hasn't thrown too many interceptions, I believe. So, you know, he's good at handling pressure. I believe he got sacked one time.
Yeah.
Or multiple times in the first half, but one time he just got kind of blindsided. So you just got to be more aware of when you're under pressure like that. So, but other than that, he's been playing very well. He knows when to scramble. He knows when for the most part, when he's under pressure. So, if he can just keep doing that, he's doing very well. Buchanan stepped up towards the end of the half. You know, he made that big play and then ran over the kid pretty much and stared him down. So you're seeing a little bit of fire out of him. So we're going to need to see more of that in the second half if the Spartans want to bounce back. Flanagan, haven't seen as many runs out of him this game. I don't know if there's an injury or what, but we haven't seen as many carries as we have in the past from him.
Yeah, not as much coming out from him or Braden Keller, which is okay, you know, but maybe incorporating them into the plays a little bit more will be beneficial to the offense.
Typically, it's one of those three that has a huge game, either Keller, Flanagan, or Buchanan. So this game so far, it's been Buchanan. You know, he's having a pretty good game so far. I believe in the first quarter he had a diving coverage on that long ball.
In the end zone.
Yeah, on that long ball from Connor Huff, which was actually pinpointed right at the receiver's hands.
Yeah.
And he just came flying in and knocked that ball away to prevent the touchdown. And then we've seen multiple big catches, big plays from him on both sides of the ball, on offense and defense. So hopefully we'll just see more of that from him in the second half. What would you like to see more of out of the Spartans defensively, though?
Defensively, you just have Connor Huff, man. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball. So
yeah, very, very versatile players.
You just have to be aware of the opportunities that you're giving him. And, you know, we expected more of the throwing game from the Knights, but we've seen a lot of running, and that's been the killer. So maybe locking down on that more.
Right, and even the big plays that the Knights have had, it's been the pass plays. So the Spartans got to understand that this is going to be a very versatile South Dearborn defense that they're facing.
Yeah.
So, or offense, excuse me. So, you know, you can't really, like I said earlier, you can't really cheat one way or the other. You kind of have to play a more balanced defense because they're going to punish you either way if you don't play full coverage on these South Dearborn Knights. But Brant, any closing statements for this halftime show?
You know, only thing I have to say is Spartans, they just need to keep their heads up. You know, the game's not over till it's over, till that fourth quarter.
Right.
0. So
right, and I'm sure Lynch is in the halftime or in the locker room right now, giving the Spartans a talk on what they need to do. He's probably got a game plan because you know the Knights have played a very disciplined defense so far this game.
Yeah.
But that's all for the Hill-Fi Internet halftime show. We'll be back at the start of the third quarter to see the Spartans try to fight back against the South Dearborn Knights and take a lead.
Looking for fast, reliable internet that keeps you connected without the headaches? Meet Hill-Fi Internet, your local solution for fast speeds and unbeatable service. With Hill-Fi, you'll experience seamless streaming and quick downloads. Plus, you never have to worry about your bill increasing. Your price is guaranteed for as long as you're a customer. Fayette County's fast, local, reliable choice. Hill-Fi Internet, where great service meets local care. Visit hillfi.com or call 692-3045.
Are you thinking about buying or selling your home? Stay local and call Trish Smith at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. She will walk you through the process to make an easy transition and lead you to your dream home. Please contact Trish at 265-2663 to begin your journey today. Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, gives you the very best deals in tires. Don's has all major brands available in stock and in all price ranges. You can rely on Don's Auto Sales and Tires, in business for over 40 years, and Don's Auto Sales has a large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles in prices ranging from $1,000 to $30,000. Need new tires or a quality vehicle? Available from Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street, Connorsville. The phone number is 825-7730. You will find the answer to your every flooring need at Foles Flooring at 301 Beach Street in Connorsville. Yes, Foles Flooring has a large selection of carpet and tile, also vinyl and laminates, luxury vinyl tiles, and hardwoods. You will receive a free estimate on your choice of flooring plus expert installation. Their friendly staff will help you through the entire process. Foles Flooring also provides bathroom upgrades, remodeling, and custom shower systems at 301 Beach Street, Connorsville. 765-692-0800 is the phone number.
band is under the direction of Mr. Levi Thompson and Mr. Stephen Fletcher. Staff includes Lindsay Austin, Tom Clemenger, Lily Weaver, John Job, and Evan Osborne, and Caitlin Stone. Musical selections include Afterbird by Randall Stanbridge, Live of the Fiesta by Robert Scott, and Ride by Sonia Mazzo. The marching band guard will be competing in their next competition of the season at Lawrence Central High School tomorrow, September the 14th. The performance is at 2:33 p.m. Once again, the Connersville High School Spartan Marching Band and Drum.
Back here at Spartan Field for this game brought to you by Wilson Lawson Myers and Auto Owners Insurance. Brant, teams are back taking the field, just warming up.
Yep.
Knights have a 21-0 lead on the Spartans. Spartans have to fight back. They have to find a way to score some touchdowns. Like we said in the Hillfi Internet halftime show, this is a very tough Knights defense. But one thing we did see that was surprisingly successful was the pass game. And in years past, we haven't seen that be very successful. A lot, last year it wasn't very successful. I believe we probably already have more completions this year than we did last year. So it's actually working well. So I wonder if we're going to see more out of that this happen from the Spartans.
Yeah, and I really hope they try to attack that, considering how we saw it end. We saw glimpses of it at the very beginning of the game, but especially towards the end of the first half, it was working. They were gaining yards, and it was they were creeping their way towards the end zone. But some sacks, some not great blockage from the O-line. It was just it didn't go their way. But hopefully, to maybe try it again.
One thing I wanted to point out from the Knights was on the offensive side of the field, the amount of flags they've had.
Yeah.
They're really hurting themselves with the amount of flags they've had. The false starts. I think we had an illegal block in the back. So, they're just really hurting themselves with that. So the Spartans have to capitalize on that. I believe they had like a 4th and 15 earlier, and the Spartans were not able to capitalize on the stop. They ultimately got a pass downfield, and the number 10 for the Knights, he brought it in, and they ultimately gained a touchdown off that. So the Spartans, they have to be able to, make those plays, get those stops, because the Knights, they're potent on both sides of the ball. They're going to be a hard team to beat, but it's very possible for the Spartans to get back into this game. We saw the Spartans had an even bigger lead against Richmond. And what was Richmond able to do? They were able to fight back.
Yeah, they were able to come in with 6 points, and arguably, if not for the interception at the end of the game, they would have ended up winning. So, obviously, the running game has been more of a key factor, I believe, for the Knights. Like on that play you were talking about, they had a couple penalties. The Spartans, they hadn't been getting anything going, and it was a gift from the Knights, and they just weren't able to take it upon themselves to take advantage of it. So, hoping to see more of that, more initiative to stop the ball. If they're that far back, you just got to watch the throwing game, because we've seen Connor Hubbs. He's got a cannon.
Right.
Able to run too.
The Spartans have been able to get stops too. So the Spartans really have to, when the defense does get stops, they have to turn that around on offense and capitalize on it and score touchdowns. Especially in this half, you're down 21-0. You have to. You don't really have a choice. So I believe the Knights will be receiving the ball in this to start out this second half. So Spartans, they need to stop to start out the second half.
It'd be a great momentum towards the rest of this game.
Right, and all the momentum's probably actually we did see a bit of momentum swinging towards the Spartans. Towards the end of that second half. That's why I was a little surprised they didn't go for a longer pass downfield. So, it's something that I would have liked to see, but ultimately I think Coach Lynch just didn't see it was worth the risk, and he took his boys into halftime. Hopefully came up with a game plan. Got their mentality shifting in the right direction. Ball is kicked off, and that's going to be brought in by the Knight, number 20, and he's met quickly.
flag on the field.
Stand gate for folks, they run down near the...
Yeah,
Flag got out after the contact on number 20.
10 for the night, penalty on the clock.
So we'll see what that call is. And it's going to go against the Knights, so, you know, rough field positioning for the South Dearborn Knights so far. And it just looks like...
You know, this would be a great, maybe the best opportunity the Spartans have had all game. You know,
get a stop.
Get a stop, force a turnover, get a touchdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to fight. You have to get an early touchdown at the beginning of this third quarter. So hopefully get a quick 4 and out. You know, hopefully maybe force a turnover, and while you're on this side of the field, capitalize it, get a touchdown, and claw your way back into this game. So Connor Huff and the South Dearborn offense will take back over. Ball is snapped and handed off to number 25, and he finds the lane, but he's brought down well by number 5, Braden Keller.
You know, that was good recognition there by them. You know, he creeped through, and then they were able to meet him there at the line. So
Braden Keller, he actually led the team as a freshman last year in tackles.
Oh, nice.
Averaged 9 tackles a game.
I did not know that.
Ball's handed off again. He's brought down quickly.
Nice. See, this is what we need right here.
Maybe a pickup of 2, maybe 3. He's going to bring up third down for the Knights. And it'll be 3rd and 6. So only a 1-yard gain there.
Looking to maybe throw the ball this play.
I would anticipate it, but, you know, the Knights' offense has been so unpredictable throughout this game. Because they're very versatile, so you don't know. And it looks like you're correct. And he's going to break free, and he's brought out of bounds by number 22, Parker Flanagan. So those are just the plays that you have to get the stops on, Brant.
You know, you just got it. I know it's hard, but you just have to try to be more aware. And, you know, you got to cover your man, but...
You know, good. It was a good route by the South Dearborn wide receiver there. You know, so Spartans just have to be aware of that, play a bit of tighter coverage, get the stop there. But ultimately, the Knights pick up a first down. And that's number 36. He's brought down quickly. Ronnie Armaw. Saw a lot of him in the first half.
Yeah, you know, especially in the second quarter. We didn't really see much in the first, but when he was given the ball, he was able to do something with it every single time. So
right, very explosive too.
Yeah.
So I'll bring up 2nd and 8, ball on the 42-yard line. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Number 12 in motion right now. Ball is snapped, and it's going to be a run play by Connor Huff.
Yep.
And he's brought down quickly. It's going to be a pickup of about 4 to 5 yards. So, met well by the Spartan defense.
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about. You know, he has the versatility to be able to do that. You know, the run play, the designed run plays for the quarterback. You know, I believe we have a few of those for Keene as well.
And we've seen a couple of those in the first half. So,
right.
I mean, it's worked well for both teams overall.
And the ball is handed off, and he's going to get enough for a first down. And he just bulldozed his way up the middle. That was number 8, Mason Lane, the fullback, 6'1", 220. You know, so with a guy that size, he's going to be pretty hard to bring down, Brant.
You know, it's tough. Spartans aren't the biggest team, you know, but we work with what we got, and sometimes it's just tough to make those kind of plays.
Number 12 in motion once again. It's going to be another handoff. That was the time to number 25, and he's brought down heavily. He flung the ball out of bounds. So that was number 25, Carson Cheek. I think he was brought down so hard it just the ball just slammed out of his hands.
Flew right out there. Great effort there by the defense.
So that'll be a short pickup for the Knights. Bring up 2nd and 7. Ball on the 45-yard line, just over 8:30 or just under 8:30 remaining in this third quarter. Taking a chunk out, and the ball was tough to see what happened. It looks
not
like he
sure.
kind of fumbled it, but he ultimately picked up a few yards off that play. I don't even think the Spartan defense was expecting that.
No,
It's such
I
a
don't
quick
think so.
snap. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Knights. So Spartans need to get the stop here. They haven't been able to get the stop on the 3rd down so far yet. So Spartans got to get the stop here. The ball is snapped, and it's going to be run play, and he's going to get the 1st down. He looked very hesitant at first. Did you see that, Brain? He was
Yeah, I wasn't even
I thought he was going to be brought down because he didn't know what to do
Yeah.
there. He just picked out a lane and ultimately picked up the 1st down.
I wasn't even sure what was going on. I thought
It looked like he
I
kinda
thought the ball
froze.
was with someone else. But no, great effort there.
So, like we said, Connor Huff, the ability to run the ball
Yep.
as well as
He's not scared to do it at all.
no. And the ball's handed off again, and he finds a little bit of a lane. He'll pick up about 5 yards. That was number 25, Carson Cheek again.
They've relied on him so heavily in the running game.
Right, and he hasn't been getting very many big plays, but he's the one that can pick up and inch away at the Spartan defense.
Yeah.
And he's back in the backfield again. It's handed off again, and they just keep picking up these 3, 4, 5 yard gains, and it's just working.
And then when it stops working, they throw the ball down the field. So
And yeah, it's a tough position for the Spartan defense to be put in. So you just have to be, I don't know, maybe get your line tighter. But this South Dearborn offensive line is doing a very good job of opening up lanes for their running backs to be able to run through.
not sure what just took place. Appears to be a 1st down.
And number 11, Connor Huff with another
Yeah.
1st down.
I mean, we talked about it earlier in the 1st half, but this is, I mean, that's like 3 plays on this run that he's ran the ball already.
It looks like we have a Spartan down on the field. Might be number 75, Zane Bentley. He's had some injury problems throughout the season so far, but Zane, he's at the heart of this team.
Yeah, and he's always been able to fill his role well and do his job. And he's a very tough player, obviously, so we hope that he's okay.
And it looks like Tori's just checking him out on the field. Maybe a second for the offensive coordinator to go over, the defensive coordinator to go over with the Spartan defense because they've been unable to get a stop so far.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's walking off the field. It looks like he's holding
his
that
wrist.
Yeah, that right wrist is bothering him a little bit. It looks like he had it wrapped before the game.
Yeah, and I've noticed him kind of flicking it around throughout the game, so hopefully nothing too serious there.
All right, so both teams will get back onto the field. Just over 6 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter, and the Knights still lead 21-0. Spartans got to find a way to get on the scoreboard. You have to get a stop here. So they have the ball on the 20-yard line with a 1st down. So they're in good field positioning to score and extend their lead here. And we've just is that 2 plays in a row that they've done?
I think so. I think that's the 3rd time, though, throughout this run.
And it just seems like
So confused.
everybody freezes and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, and they just get a little bit at a time, and it just keeps you chipping
I
away.
can't lie. I've never seen a play like that. It's just-
Yeah. We could do it again.
And number 12 in motion again. Ball is snapped, handed off to number 25, Carson Cheek, and he breaks free, and he just bulldozes his way, and he just gets in for the touchdown.
Yeah, see, that's what we were talking about. He really is kind of the heart of their offense, especially today. He's not the biggest guy, but
I mean, how many yards after contact was that? Let's see. Gets touched around there. I mean, that's got to be 15 plus yards after contact.
He just plowed through after that.
Unbelievable, and he dives in for the touchdown. So he's having himself a game.
Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta give him props.
Ball
Unfortunate
snapped.
for the Spartans.
And once again, PAT is made. So, South Dearborn extends their lead 28 to the Spartans 0. They're starting to close this game down, South Dearborn. Not a lot to say. The Spartans got to find a way to get on the scoreboard before the end of the third quarter, though.
Yeah, and the Spartans, they had a few breaks in the first half, but they had nothing there, really, to kind of give them the upper hand. They were just kind of lagging behind.
You have to get those third downs that they had. You have to capitalize on those and stop, because South Dearborn's been proving all game that if you don't get those stops, they're going to punish you, and they've been doing that all game. The Spartans got to keep their head up, though. You're down 28-0. The last thing you can do is put your head down and, ultimately take yourself out of the game before South Dearborn even does. It's a 4-possession game. A few turnovers.
Yeah. You get a good run here, you get a turnover scored, you've cut half your lead. So
Spartans have to keep fighting. And they're going to go long on this kick. And it's going to roll out of bounds for a flag. So the ball will be spotted at around, I believe around the 30-yard line there. So the Spartan offense will take back over. It's just you have to score here, Brent.
Yeah, I know it's rough, but maybe taking a different approach offensively to kind of get something rolling. But
yeah, we'll see if at halftime any adjustments were made to the offense to potentially break through this South Dearborn line and their secondary.
The defense that the Spartans just had wasn't bad. It's been more than half the third quarter for that run. So,
right, that was an extremely long possession.
Hoping to maybe get something a little quicker, maybe give yourself another chance for another possession later in the quarter.
Ball was tossed off to Buchanan. I believe that was Buchanan on the carry. He picks up a few yards. So that was about a 2 to 3 yard gain. So that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. So, like I said, Spartans got to get on the scoreboard here. Hopefully, shift the momentum and get the crowd back into the game.
Yeah.
At the end of the first half, the crowd was actually getting back into it. With all the long plays.
Yeah, and I think it's those kind of plays that are going to give you the energy that you need and the motivation to try to succeed, because you know how we react whenever we see a nice throw and a ball caught.
Right, it's exciting.
So it's exciting, and it gets the team pumped. So see how that goes.
All right, Micah in the backfield. And the ball is going to be handed off. Buchanan, he is met quickly. It just seems like the Knights are getting around the edges of the line very fast.
Yeah, the Spartans continuing to run the ball.
We'll have to pay more attention to the outsides, because it just seems like they're getting to him so fast. Luckily they were able to collapse on him quick enough to bring him down.
Completely engulfed.
Yeah. Hopefully, they got lucky, like I said, to not, get stops behind the line of scrimmage. I believe he picked up a couple yards, but it's going to bring down 4th and 3. So, you have to convert here.
Got to be smart.
And they're going to go for a pass play, and it's going to be picked off. And he's brought down by number 22, Parker Flanagan, and that's just the last thing the Spartans needed.
That's just a killer right there. You throw the ball, you haven't been throwing the ball much all game, and then things like that happen to reassure your worries. So,
and just as I said earlier, as he hasn't thrown many interceptions all year, there's an interception right there. Good coverage by the Knights there. You have to give them the hand for that.
It was a great read. You can't really do much after that point. It was locking on to the receiver. It was going to be great until it wasn't. So,
and it looks like
it was a good effort.
Keller is making an argument to the ref. We'll see, there's a flag on the play. And he's saying it's on us.
Maybe something said to the ref.
They haven't signaled what the call was, but They're moving back, so possibly
Oh, boy.
unsportsmanlike conduct. It's hard to tell. They gave no signal. So, ball's handed off to Cheek again, and he's in for
And
another
that's another
touchdown.
I mean, man,
So-
he was just able to plow through that defense.
And number 25, Carson Cheek. Is that his third touchdown
I'm
on the
not
night?
sure, man.
He's having a game.
Yeah, I mean, at least 3. So, I mean,
So the Knights take a 34-0 lead, looking to extend it to 35. And the Knights are really just pulling away from the Spartans at this point.
yeah, I think, man, if we would have kept the defensive consistency that, you know, maybe we had in the first quarter, it'd be a different game.
Oh, that was a long snap. And it's recovered by the Spartans.
All right.
That was a extremely
That
high
was
snap.
strange. That was,
We saw a high snap like that at the beginning of the, at the end of the second half, or
Yeah.
first half, excuse me. But not one quite like that.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. But, you know,
Spartans.
potential momentum shifter here for the Spartans. Give him, no, they didn't get an extra point. Nice little chance to score, potentially. So, see how they take this on.
All right, so the Knights will kick off to the Spartans. 3:25 remaining in this third quarter. And the Knights are up 34-0. So Spartans got to keep that score under 40, I believe, is when the running clock starts. 35 is the running clock. So Spartans got lucky there that they didn't make that PAT. Otherwise, it would have been a running clock for the remaining of the game.
So, you know, maybe they take advantage of that. They, you know, they get
I
score,
mean, you have to score here.
force some errors.
And it's going to be another onside kick.
Oh, no.
And
Out.
almost an Odell Beckham-like catch from South Dearborn
That was
right
almost
there.
really impressive.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
I mean, let's see if we can see it here. You can't see it on that shot, but you know, the ball just went out of bounds, so the Spartans will take over on, I believe it's a 40-yard line. Excuse me, not the 40-yard line, the 43-yard line. So good field positioning. Once again, the Spartans have to take advantage of that. 3:25 remaining in this quarter. Ball snapped off and handed off to Parker Flanagan. Haven't seen much out of him tonight. And once again, the run up the middle has just been met by the Knights, and it really just hasn't worked all night, Brandon.
No, it really hasn't. And so, I mean, the defense is completely expecting it. So I think throwing the ball here would be pretty beneficial to the offensive squad.
Yeah, it looked like that was number 22, Parker Flanagan, just slow to get up. I think he's going to stay on the field, though. Hopefully nothing more than a cramp. You know, it was pretty hot out there earlier. The sun's gone down, so hopefully it's cooled off a little bit for the players. But, you know, I know earlier it was very hot.
Yeah.
Now, if you remember the first week, we had about 25 to 30 people go down with cramps.
Yeah, it was wild.
Looks like the Spartans have learned their lesson there, and he is under pressure, so he just has to throw it away. So
good way to get it off, though.
Yeah, and good way to at least throw it to a place where, you know, there is a receiver, so they didn't mark you for intentional grounding.
Way to be aware there.
Yeah, so Keene doing all he can. He was just under pressure there. There's nothing he could do.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything about that.
Cannon checks back on for the Spartans. And Parker Flanagan's going to take a quick break. Looks like Tori's going to check him out real quick. I'm not sure what it was on whenever he went down. Looks like he's just pointing to his ankle. The Spartans hand it off.
There we go.
And
that works.
That's the type of play South Dearborn has been getting against us all game. So
Yeah.
we just have to continue doing that.
It's nice to see one go up the middle and it be successful. So, you know, fourth down, about 3 yards out, I believe. So, 3 or 4 yards out. So, this is a chance right here to take you to the next step of trying to score.
Well, short of a first down, so it's 4th and 2. And the clock is running, so 2:08 remaining in this third quarter. And the Spartans have got to convert here. And it looks like they're not going to. Oh. So the Spartans will turn over on downs, and the South Dearborn Knights offense will take over once again. So South Dearborn looking to extend the lead to get a running clock. So, I'm sure they want to go home early. They have an extremely long drive.
Yeah.
If you've ever had to drive down to South Dearborn for
Not
sports,
great.
it's not the most fun drive ever, so it's going to be a late night for them. So they'd love anything to get it out of this place quicker.
Mm-hmm.
The Knights will take over on downs.
The offense hasn't exactly been working, so maybe all it takes is a small change in the lineup. We haven't seen a lot of action, or any action, I believe, out of Curtis and Reed Whitaker. So players like them, maybe is what the team needs to get them up and give them.
And so South Dearborn once again. That's going to bring up 2nd and 5. 1:20 remaining in this third quarter. And it looks like it was the ball might have came loose there. And it looks like the South Dearborn recovered the ball, though. But the clock will continue running. So that was enough for a first down for the Knights once again. And, they just continue getting these small plays and continue getting the first downs, and that's what they've had to do all night long.
Yeah, and it has worked for them. And, like we said earlier, when it's not working, they've been able to throw. They've been able to just find a way, which, unfortunately hasn't been what the Spartans have been able to do.
Find a way is like pinpoint accurate to, what they've had to do all night. The Spartans have not. The ball comes loose.
Fumble.
And it looks like the Spartans get it.
Looking like some celebrations from players there, maybe getting some new blood out there on the field. So we'll see how that goes for them.
And it looks like the ball was just stripped away. It looked like it was just multiple players that forced that fumble. He was just clobbered so hard.
That's the kind of stops we've needed all night. And it's unfortunate to see it this late in the game, but I know it's late, but anything can happen. So,
right, anything can happen in high school football. So Spartans take over on the 36-yard line, first down, 30 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Ball's tossed off to Flanagan. He's met quickly and he's brought down. And that's uncharacteristic. This is a tougher defense in Greensburg, but usually the first player that goes for the tackle on him is not able to make the tackle because he's able to break free.
He's usually able to power through and break free, his speed, agility, pretty strong.
He's very strong, yeah.
So, I think they're going to let the clock run out here.
So, going into the fourth quarter, the South Dearborn Knights have the lead over the Spartans, 34-0, 1 point shy of the running clock. So, they'll look to, make that happen in the fourth quarter. Spartans will look to get on the scoreboard, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Service the old-fashioned way. The dependable service you need for your car or truck is always available at Goff's Auto Care and Tire Center in Connorsville and Brookville. Experienced mechanics are ready to correct the problem using the best replacement products that will have your vehicle running like new again. Shane Goff is waiting to serve you at 600 Western Avenue in Connorsville. Phone 825-2588 and Charlie Goff in Brookville at 9197 State Road 101. 647-2222 is the phone number. Goff Auto Care and Tire Center.
Are you needing some excavating work done, but don't want to pay the high prices for renting the equipment? Fortified Equipment has a mini excavator and track steer for rent. Our equipment is well maintained and comes with heating and air conditioning, perfect for any weather. To rent your equipment, visit FortifiedBuildingsLLC.com. Get your project done on time and under budget.
Back here at Spartan Field as the South Dearborn Knights lead going into this fourth quarter, 34-0. This game is brought to you by Wilson Lawson Myers and Auto Owners Insurance. Spartans will take over on the 33-yard line after a forced fumble from the Spartans. So Spartans look to capitalize on this, and it looks like
Flag.
maybe a flag,
I believe that was a false start.
and I believe it's going to go
On the Knights.
against the Knights, actually.
Nice. All right, let's take this and let's capitalize right here. Take what they're giving you.
So Spartans will bring up second and it's going to be on the 38-yard line. And it's dished off to
Another
Buchanan.
run.
He's met.
Oh, he was
Fast.
hard. That was tough.
And it's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Spartans. So, 3rd and 10, excuse me. Sorry. Bit of confusion on the
Lost a couple yards there.
Yeah. The Spartans right back where they were. So the Spartans got to pick up some yards on this play right here. They're probably going to go for it either way on 4th down, so you
Yeah.
have 2 more plays, but
I mean, you really got nothing to lose this late in the
Right.
game, so
nothing to lose.
might as well go all out.
All right, so Keene in the backfield. That's Keller and Buchanan. It's going to be dished off to Buchanan. He's met
Immediately.
Bastic just immediately. They just get to him every single
Man.
play. As soon as he has that ball, he doesn't even have a half a second on that ball.
No, and they've really been able to limit what he's done on the running end. I mean, I don't think he's meeting, obviously his average 91.7 rushing yards per game. but
Right. The Knights just aren't giving him anything at all. They're not giving him any space. They're just on top of him.
They're locking everybody down right now.
Right. So that's going to bring up 4th and 12 for the Spartans. So, you obviously have to go for it here, but it's a long shot. Really, it really is. So it just looks like somebody might be calling a timeout. So it looks like the Spartans are going to call a timeout. So we'll also take a timeout. South Dearborn leads 34-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
It's events like this game that make our community such a great place in which to live, work, and play. All of us at FCN Bank applaud the CHS Spartans for their hard work and dedication. Thank you for reminding us once again why we all choose to call this place home. FCN, building stronger communities, one great local event at a time. Go CHS Spartans. Good luck. FCN Bank, member FDIC.
Back here at Spartan Field, as both teams coming out of the timeout, this game is brought to you by Wilson Lawson Myers and Auto Owners Insurance. Just under 10:30 remaining in this game. South Dearborn leads 34-0. The run game not working really. The Knights are just
Clobbering.
they are on lockdown.
Yeah.
Complete lockdown.
I mean, it's unfortunate to see, but, they haven't really provided any alternatives. They've kept trying to run the ball, and it's worked well on some plays here and there, but overall it just hasn't.
It actually looks like we're going for a pass play here because Buchanan is in the out, and they're going to punt it.
Wow, that's a shock. Did not
Actually,
expect that.
and it gets a great roll, too. It was a
Very
beautiful
nice.
punt.
Very nice.
So that punt goes all the way down to the 22-yard line. So
Good idea. Right idea.
honestly, I did not expect that
I
at all
also
there.
did not expect that. I'm going to be honest.
So was that Keene with the punt, I believe?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so
Bit
the
of
quarterback
shock.
also taking the punt. So
Yep.
the South Dearborn Knights will take back over. And they'll look to extend their lead even more with 10-17 remaining in this game. The ball is snapped and handed off, and he is brought down quickly, maybe picked up a couple yards. Spartans haven't been able to get a stop all half, have they, on defense? I don't believe they have.
No, I don't.
Other than the
forced fumble.
Yeah, the
Yep.
forced fumble.
But no, that was great. But first half defense was, especially in the first quarter, it was great. And then after that, it's just kind of been a slow decline from there. So it allowed a series of unfortunate events. So
Another run play. They don't feel like they have to pass the ball, so they're just taking, the slow, methodical way of just running the ball.
I mean, you might as well. I mean, you're up 34 points in the fourth quarter, and it's been working the whole game. So
it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 as they're on their own 24-yard line. Spartans look to get a stop here. Ball's handed off, and he's going to break free for a first down. And if they didn't get that trip there, he would have been gone. So it's just every first down, the Knights find a way. Like you said earlier, they find a way.
Cheek's just been able to get through everything tonight. He's had a great game.
Yeah, he's had an amazing game. He's not very fast or agile or even shifty. He's just able to, after contact, he just gets plenty of yards.
He's tough, that's for sure.
It's going to be another run play. They're going to gain a few yards, about 4 yards on that. And that run was by number 36, Ronnie Armaugh. He's having a bit of a good game so far. I don't believe he has any touchdowns, but he's done some of the dirty work for the Knights.
Yeah, especially in the first half. We haven't seen as much out of him this half. Cheek has just been kind of unreal. So there's that, but yeah, he hasn't had to do as much in the second half, but here he goes again, looking to get some more. Yep. When he gets the ball, he does something with it.
And it looks like that's going to be enough for a first down. So the chains will move down. So will the Knights. So they're going to bring it on the 48-yard line, about to break into Spartan territory. And the clock continues to run. So, 7:45 remaining in this game. If you're the Spartans, obviously it's not enough time to get back and win this game, but you at least like to keep them at 34 and hope to get yourself on the scoreboard.
Yeah, even just.
I think they're just trying to run this ball really to run out the clock.
Yeah, I know you just got to find a way to get a stop, and putting yourself on the board at all feels better than having a donut up there. So hopefully looking to do that here soon.
Ball snapped and handed off again. Once again to Ronnie Armaugh. And he's brought
back
short
a
of
little
the first down.
Yep. And still a good gain, but also good at bringing him back there.
So Ronnie Armaugh having a bit of a good game as well. Like I said earlier, doing the dirty work for the Knights. Has been able to pick up any touchdowns. That's been all Carson Cheek, excuse me.
Yeah.
And that's going to be enough for a Knight's first down. No, at least we haven't seen too many injuries this game. Obviously for the Spartans, you don't want to come away with a loss, but at least you're not having a bunch of injuries.
Yeah, and the only one that we've seen so far, Zane's wrist. He was grasping onto that earlier. I think it's been bothering him pretty much throughout the entire game up until the point he was taken out. So hopefully nothing serious. Hope to see him back at practice and the game next week.
Right, and I believe, he's out on the bench right now. So that's going to be interesting play there. But
excuse me.
That was Connor Huff.
Connor Huff, yep.
With the carry, a bit of an interesting move from him at the beginning of that play. That's enough for, I believe,
he only gained a little bit. He gained a yard or two. He didn't really look like he knew where he was going at first, but found a way to get something going.
They'll place the ball on the 38-yard line, bring up 2nd and 8. Just over 5:15 remaining in this game. And it's handed off again. And he gains a good amount of yards, 11, 12 yards. And that's going to bring up enough for another first down for the Knights. Edging their way to Spartan territory, or to Spartan end zone. So that's 36, Ronnie Armaugh with the carry.
And there
he
he goes
carries
again.
it again.
Yep. Man, when they've chose to utilize him, he's been really good. So, makes me, I mean, obviously they've relied on Cheek a lot this game, but
You know, we talked about, the Spartans having a very deep running back position, but, you know,
yeah, I mean, obviously
the Knights have showed that they've had that as well. You know, with, they have Carson Cheek, Ronnie Armaugh, Brady Ballard. You know, we haven't seen a lot out of Brady Ballard tonight.
Yeah,
I expected a lot more out of him.
kind of shocked that we haven't seen more action on his side. So
yeah, although I believe he was a leading scorer last year. Yeah, he was a leading scorer for the Knights last year, and I don't know if they're just resting him or what it is, but we haven't seen much out of him. But yeah, he led their team last year with 8 touchdowns. So the Knights will look to extend their lead with 3:40 remaining in this game. And that's Ronnie Armaugh again. He's met fast. He's brought it down. A little bit slow to get up, but he gets up. And the clock just continues running. You know, with these, they haven't had any pass plays on this possession, so the clock just continues to run.
Yep. You know, I think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're just trying to run the clock out for as long as they can and really just milk out every second.
The ball is taking as much, I believe they're just taking as much time out of the game clock as they can. So the ball is pitched off, and that's going to be enough for a first down. You know, that was 4th and 2 there, but it's going to be enough for, I believe that was the first down.
Yep.
So 2:45 remaining. Just like you said, they're just wasting as much time as they can, running down the play clock. You know, they lead by 34 points, so there's nothing really for them to lose. They don't need to score again.
I mean, they've, you know, obviously they've got this one in the bag, so they're not exactly worried about anything else other than just getting the game over with.
And that's Ronnie Armaugh again with the carry. He's brought down quickly by number 5, Braden Keller. And he's, like I said, you know, last year he led the Spartans in tackles. I believe he's doing it again this year. He's having a very solid season. There's only so much you can do against a solid team like South Dearborn, though. So, at the 2-minute warning, the ball's handed off to Armaugh again, and he's brought down quickly. Or excuse me, no, he picked up a few yards. It looked like he just kind of fell forward and picked up a few yards there, but, you know, 130 remaining in this game. Might still lead 34-0. And that ball is going to be handed off, ran up the middle, and he's going to be just short of the line. Yeah, the refs are just marking him just short. Oh. So unfortunate for the Knights there. 1 minute remaining in this game. So the Spartans going to look to get a stop. You know, you don't want them to be able to rack their score up any more than they already have. And it's going to be ran in for a touchdown. That's going to be number 36, Ronnie Armaugh, with the touchdown to essentially seal the game for the Knights.
Yeah, I mean, they used him that entire run.
Yeah.
To eventually get him the touchdown, so, I mean, good effort by him. Unfortunate that they weren't able to get a stop and maybe
go down and score again.
Yeah, do maybe a little more with the ball, but.
And the clock will continue running, and I think they're just going to take the PAT. And
it's good.
It's good to raise. So South Dearborn raises the score to 41-0, and I believe that's going to pause the clock at 16 seconds. So the Knights will kick off, the Spartans will return. You know, hopefully a kick return touchdown maybe here, get on the scoreboard.
I mean, that'd be nice. That'd be cool. A little unexpected
One thing that honestly impressed me tonight, other than they failed the one PAT because of the extremely high snap. Other than that, the kicker has not missed any so far this game.
I know, they're really consistent and able to do their job, so, always got to be proud of that.
Number 13 will once again kick off for the Knights. He's had plenty to do tonight. And it looks like it's going to be O'Toole and Buchanan in the backfield, as usual. And 16 seconds remaining in the game. The clock will start running now. And he's brought down right at the 30-yard line. So that will essentially end out the game. South Dearborn walks away with the 41-0 win over the Spartans. South Dearborn moves to 3-1. Connersville moves to 2-2. Brant, final thoughts on the game?
I mean, it was a tough loss, but I think they gave a great effort, especially in the first half. There were some glimpses of greatness there in the early stages of the game, but defensively wasn't able to lock anything down. Offensively, wasn't really able to run the ball.
South Dearborn was their defense was superb tonight. South Dearborn, very good defensive team. So this post-game show is brought to you by 45 Buildings LLC, and we'll bring the rest of it to you after this quick break.
Have you ever dreamed of building your dream home but thought it was too expensive? The expert builders at Fortified Buildings LLC has a solution for you. Fortified Buildings specializes in building high-quality barndominiums that have a unique style and are also very energy efficient, saving you money on heating and cooling your home. Call the experts at Fortified Buildings LLC at 3035-639-374 to start planning your dream home today.
Back here at Spartan Field for the Fortified Buildings LLC post-game show. South Dearborn walks away with a win, 41 to the Spartans 0. Brant, what was your thoughts on the game?
It was a tough loss, obviously, not able to put anything up on the board, but I do believe that it was a great effort, and I truly believe that they put their heart into this game, but, early stages showed glimpses of hope and maybe even a close-scoring game, but they just weren't able to lock anything down, really.
Right. Like you said, after the the quick consecutive plays by the Spartans, they were able to get down into the South Dearborn Knight territory. Ultimately, just couldn't convert it to a touchdown. So, South Dearborn had a stellar defense on the whole night. The Spartans were not able to get down into the Knights' end zone. Spartans just have to, walk away from this game, understand that it's a tough loss. You have to bounce back from it, practice what you need to next week, and hopefully come away, big game next week, homecoming game against Rushville. So
that'll be a good one.
It'll be a huge game. Rushville looking very good this year so far. They're 2-1. So that's going to be a great game, but that'll be back here at Spartan Field. So that's it from us. Thank you for joining us tonight. The Spartans are next in action next Friday, September 20th. Against Rushville for the War on 44, and also, like I said, the homecoming game. That's it here from Spartan Field. I'm Caden Apes, and with me is Brant Likens. Good night, everybody.